Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Discover Your Dreams. I'm Cynthia, and I'm really glad you're here. Today, we're going to clear up one of the biggest misunderstandings around nervous system work, especially in personal growth and wellness spaces. And that is this idea that regulation means relaxation. It doesn't. Relaxation can be a byproduct of regulation, but it's not the foundation. And confusing the two can actually make people feel more broken, not more supported. So today, we're talking about what inner safety actually is and how it's created. A lot of us have been taught that if we're stressed, overwhelmed, or reactive, the answer is to calm down. Take a breath. Do something soothing. Try to relax. And while those things can be helpful, they don't always work. In fact, sometimes they make things worse. If you've ever tried to relax and found your body is resisting it, or sat down to meditate and felt more anxious, or been told to just calm down when everything inside you felt activated, that's not failure. That's your nervous system communicating something important. Relaxation is a state. Regulation is a capacity. Relaxation is temporary. Safety is foundational. A nervous system that feels safe can move in and out of activation naturally. A nervous system that doesn't feel safe stays guarded, even during rest. That's why you can be lying down and still feel tense. Why you can be on vacation and still feel on edge. Why slowing down sometimes feels threatening instead of soothing. I want to share something personal here, because this moment marked a real turning point for me. One of those quiet but unmistakable shifts where you realize the story you've been telling yourself doesn't quite line up with what your body has been trying to say. For a long stretch of my life, I genuinely believed I was doing everything right. I thought I was following all the advice, checking all the boxes, practicing all the things that were supposed to help me feel grounded and whole. I was resting more, or at least I thought I was. I was intentionally giving myself permission to slow down, to stop pushing so hard, to stop treating productivity like a measure of worth. I was carving out pockets of quiet in my days, moments where I could breathe, pause, and just be. I kept telling myself that this was what healing looked like, that this was what regulation required. But my body didn't respond the way I expected it to. Instead of sinking into calm, I felt a kind of buzzing restlessness under my skin, like I was waiting for something to happen. Instead of clarity, my mind felt wrapped in fog, as if slowing down had dimmed the lights rather than illuminating anything. Instead of peace, I felt strangely exposed, like stillness had peeled back a layer I wasn't prepared to see. At first, I interpreted all of this as failure. I assumed it meant I was bad at resting, bad at regulating, bad at doing the very things I was trying so hard to learn. I wondered why something that seemed so simple for others felt so uncomfortable for me. I questioned whether I was missing some essential skill or insight. But over time, slowly, gently, and honestly through a lot of discomfort, I came to understand something deeper. My nervous system didn't associate stillness with safety. It associated stillness with vulnerability. Stillness wasn't a soft landing place. It was a moment where all alarms got louder. My body wasn't resisting rest because I was doing it wrong. It was resisting rest because for years, stillness had meant danger, exposure, or unpredictability. Realizing that changed everything. It didn't make the discomfort disappear overnight, but it helped me meet it with compassion instead of judgment. It helped me see that my body wasn't malfunctioning, It was protecting me in the only way it knew how. Inner safety isn't created by forcing calm. It's created through predictability, through choice, pacing, and self-trust. Safety happens when the nervous system learns I can pause without consequences, I can feel without being overwhelmed, and I can respond instead of react. That learning happens slowly and through experience, not willpower. Let me pause here and invite you into this moment. As you're listening, notice when you try to relax, does your body soften or does it brace? You don't need to analyze it, just notice it. And I encourage you to share your experiences in the comments. Does relaxation feel genuinely calming for you or subtly uncomfortable? There's no right answer here, just honesty. When we try to relax without safety, the nervous system hears, drop your guard. And if the system doesn't trust the environment or your own capacity to handle what might arise, it won't comply. That's why regulation isn't about eliminating stress. It's about increasing capacity. Capacity to feel, capacity to pause, capacity to stay present without bracing. In the grounded life philosophy, regulation is never about bypassing discomfort. It's about meeting yourself where you are and building trust from there. Safety doesn't come from pretending things are okay. It comes from knowing you can meet what isn't. That's the difference. Instead of asking, how do I calm down? Try asking, what would help my system feel just 5% safer right now? That might look like slowing your pace instead of stopping completely, grounding through movement instead of stillness, orienting to your surroundings, or reminding your body where you are now, not where you were. Small signals of safety compound over time. Think about someone you feel safe with. You don't relax because they tell you to. You relax because your body trusts them. That same principle applies internally. Regulation is a relationship, not a technique. If relaxation hasn't worked for you, it doesn't mean you're resistant. It means your nervous system is wise. And with patience, it can learn new associations. Safety first, then relaxation. In the next video, we'll talk about how grounding actually shows up in daily life, especially in moments of stress, decision-making, and uncertainty. Because regulation isn't something you practice only when things are calm. It's something you bring into real life. As we close, remember this. You don't need to force your body to relax in order to heal. You need to help it feel safe enough to soften on its own. Regulation isn't about shutting down your responses. It's about trusting yourself to stay present with them. And when your nervous system feels safe, clarity, purpose, and peace begin to emerge naturally. I'll see you next time.